Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to go over our Triple Force Friday experience. So this past Thursday night into Friday, for the midnight release, we went to our local Walmart. We actually have three that are kind of within the same distance. Two of them are not open past midnight, but this one was. So we went down to it.
And this one, it didn't have the event.
Right, didn't have the event, but they still released the toys. So the nearest event to us was actually either New York City, which was about an hour and a half, or like central Pennsylvania near Harrisburg, which is about 2 hours. The hour and a half to New York City would probably be a little bit longer because of having to take the ferry in or drive in and stuff like that, because that was at the Disney store in Times Square. So to get to New York isn't too long. To get actually into the city and stuff, that's a little bit more of a hassle sometimes. But anyway, so when we first got into the store, we were walking around, seeing if anything was out. Sometimes they'll have the boxes out but not unwrapped and things like that. This time they didn't really have anything, and it took me a while even to find out where the Star Wars toys were going to be at, because nothing was out. They didn't have any Star Wars toys. I think they had one. It was the I'm trying to think was it Corellia? Like where Han Solo from the Solo movie, which is a really cool playset, but I'm just waiting for it to come down in price. But they had one of those out, and that was it. But where that was, they also had stickers for pricing of the stuff that was just coming out. So I was able to look and see what the pricing was going to be for those at the Walmart. So that was pretty good, and then we knew where they were going to kind of put it. There were two other people waiting there, a father and a son. The father said that he worked at that Walmart, but had off, and we were kind of talking about the figures and what he was going for, and he was actually going to wait on some of them and go to Target to get the Carbonite versions, things like that. So we had our list of stuff we wanted. We kind of walked around Walmart a little bit and came back. There was another guy waiting there by the time we got back. And when it hit midnight, they started to wheel out the first of the kind of, what do you say, displays?
Yeah.
They didn't put the display together.
No.
There's a part that goes on the top, and they didn't put that on the top. They just wheeled it out and let it go. The guy that showed up kind of while we were walking around the store, he was talking to us about it also, and he said, let's all be civil, right? And he was the first one to bolt for him and grabbed pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, well, there's that. And then we were waiting around, and they wheeled out a second display. That first display they were going to, I think, lift up and hang up in the aisle. And this display kind of wheeled in between aisles, kind of. So we went and we got the things we wanted to get, and then we kind of waited around just to see if they were going to bring out a second one. One thing I was looking for was the C-3PO with the droid, with the builder, but it's like a little tiny figure. Going to be very important in the next movie. I really wanted to see what that was about. They didn't have any C-3POs, and I actually haven't been able to really hunt one down. But he also came with a bowcaster, like he's wielding a weapon or something. And the last time we saw C-3PO wielding a weapon was it Attack of the Clones? Where he had the droid head. Like they got their heads knocked off, and he kept saying bad puns like, I'm so beside myself, and Die Jedi scum, like funny stuff like that. So they didn't have that. However, the things we did pick up, do you want to go through yours first?
Sure.
All right.
I guess we'll go with this one first.
All right.
Here.
Cal Kestis from the new video game that's coming out. The video game itself looks really cool, and he also comes with a little droid. And can you kind of talk about his lightsaber a little bit? It's like really neat.
Yeah, it's like the hilt is really long.
It is. And it doesn't look like it's a double lightsaber, because it doesn't look like there's anything on the other end that would come out. So it just looks like there's a long hilt. I'm thinking of like broadswords or long swords from like medieval Scotland and England and stuff, where they had these giant hilts on. That's a two-hand.
Yeah, and then I'm looking at it now, and you could see that these two little sides are long, but you could see it like kind of dips
between them a little bit.
And the saber part starts lower.
Right. and he has a blue lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
And who plays him?
Ian from Shameless.
Ian from Shameless.
Which is kind of like the main reason why I bought it, because now I have an Ian from Shameless.
Right, and we
figure.
we didn't watch the kind of the big reveal of what was coming out as they were live. We kind of watched later on them talk about what was coming out for Triple Force Friday. Let's talk about Triple Force Friday first of all. I want them to rename it and call it Triforce Friday to be a little bit more like Link and Zelda, because they were the Triforce of Power, which is probably why they couldn't do it. But I just think it's a better name. Anyway, so we have that one. I think the droid's really cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has like 2-color eyes and just weird stuff. So very cool. The next one that you got was...
Okay, so the next thing that I got was a Knight of Ren.
And this is from the Rise of Skywalker. The Knight of Ren has a really cool weapon that looks kind of like an axe head, right? With a long staff. And his mask... I don't even know, like, I can't really explain it as far as, because it doesn't look overly a lot like Kylo Ren's.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of is its own thing. It looks almost like a medieval knight's mask, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
or visor. So it's really neat. I like the hood. Has 2 long pieces that come down off the side of it, and it's very simple. There's not much to it. It's very simple, but I do like it. It's very cool, and I'm really hoping that the Knights of Ren play an important part in the movie. Because you think back on Star Wars, and sometimes they make action figures of characters that don't have too much to do with the movie. Hashtag Snaggletooth. So much so that they made a blue Snaggletooth instead of what it actually was in the movie. But he had a very small part. So let's hope that this actually has a large part, because it's really cool. As you can tell, we didn't open these. We didn't open the black figure. We didn't open this one either. What about you? Anything cool about it?
Yeah, I thought that, like, the staff that he has was pretty cool, and, yeah, like you, I like the hood, and I really liked his boots.
Oh, yeah, the boots are really awesome.
Mm-hmm. Like, it looks like, I don't know, spikes?
Like studded kind of spikes, right?
But yeah, I hope that, like, the Knights of Ren aren't super lame, because then I, like,
right.
bought this lame character, but yeah, I don't know, hopefully they'll be pretty cool.
And it looks like they're on a desert planet in the picture, too, which is another, maybe a hint to something that's going on. I know that there's one scene in the trailer, there's one with Rey on the desert planet, right? Because she does that backflip jump. And then there's also one where, I think, is it Poe and a bunch of them are on, like, some type of a skiff going, and they're being shot at by other, like, what would look like stormtroopers or something, or First Order troopers. But... again, that's a desert planet, so you never know. It could feature the Knights of Ren also. And if you look at the back, it lists some of the other characters you can get. So it has the Knights of Ren, it has Zori Bliss, it has Rey, the Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot, Sith Trooper, Boba Fett, Imperial Stormtrooper, Chewbacca, R2-D2, and Poe Dameron. And Poe Dameron's in a costume very similar to Luke Skywalker's, which I think that's awesome. Like a good throwback. So, do you want to...
no, I was going to say, do you want to do yours?
Alright, so some of the things that I got here. I got a 2-pack here. They had 3 different 2-packs. I got this particular one from The Empire Strikes Back, and it's plastic, but it's like all gold molded plastic. And it has Han Solo and Princess Leia from The Empire Strikes Back, which was really cool. The... A New Hope was, I believe, a Stormtrooper and Darth Vader, and Chewbacca and who the other one? Luke, I think, were for the because he was wearing his Endor costume from the last
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. I don't know, The Last Jedi. That movie left such an impact. So the back's really nice. It's like like very shiny, almost like hologram, but not quite a hologram.
Yeah,
like almost like a foil card. Like if you collect cards and stuff, like a foil. It looks really nice. But the figures are very detailed. They look really good. You almost want to open them to like really display them, but they just look so nice in the box too. So I think this one's probably gonna stay in the box. But I really liked that.
But then we could just buy another one and open that one.
Yeah, like the old, like the SNL skit where they say you have to buy 3, one to open, one to leave in the case, and one just because. We need 3. But yeah, these are really cool. I like that. And then I also bought, which we did subscribe to Disney Plus. We got The Mandalorian, which is really cool. Very exciting for that. It says his body is shielded by Beskar armor. His face is hidden behind a T-visored mask, and his past is wrapped in mystery. The Mandalorian is battle-worn and tight-lipped, a formidable bounty hunter in an increasingly dangerous galaxy. And you can tell, like, he looks awesome. Like, there's damage to his chest piece, damage to his gauntlets, his helmet. I love that he comes with with his gun, the longer rifle, just like Boba Fett had in the Star Wars Holiday Special. Which, if you haven't seen the Star Wars Holiday Special, get on that because it's awesome. And then he does come with a smaller blaster also, and he does have the holster that you can put the blaster in. There's a Black Series figure, so they're much more detailed and things like that because it's a bigger size. These are like 6-inch figures as opposed to the 3 3/4 figures.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awesome. I wish that they had rocket firing, so that they could ban it, and then I'd have like one of the only. You know, that's the way to go. The next day, we actually went to Target to check out kind of what they have an in Target Disney store now. That's where they had all of their Star Wars figures there. And I actually picked up 2 of the Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures figures because I didn't want to spend $12 for a 3 3/4 figure of Rey, and I didn't want to spend the $20 to get the Black Series figure Rey. But I did want to get a figure of Rey because I wanted to open it up and take a really good look at the lightsaber, because they destroyed the lightsaber in The Last Jedi. So I'm like, okay, well, that was Luke's lightsaber. I wonder what this one's going to look like. So we were going to get it and get a really good look at it. And then I also ended up buying I would say, Kylo Ren, but it's actually Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And it's funny that this says Rey, and it doesn't say Jedi Rey or Master Jedi Rey or anything like that, right? Because if they're going deep with the Supreme Leader, you'd think that they'd go with the Rey, what it is. So this is what the box is, and I just opened it up. I did take the tape off before, but I didn't open the figure up. So what we want to do is just get a really good look ourselves at the lightsaber for the first time. So I took that out, and that came out pretty easily. Much different than Luke's blue saber, right? That used to be Anakin's saber.
Oh, I don't know. I think it looks...
Well, didn't it have gold in here and it stuck out a little bit? It does look familiar, but I wouldn't say that it's 100% the same. Like, I don't remember the gold band here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're taking kind of a look at Rey's lightsaber that came with her figure in the Galaxy of Adventures figure. And it looks pretty similar to Luke's lightsaber as far as the main components. However, it almost looks like it was repaired because there's a brown band around the igniter switch, which there isn't in Luke's lightsaber. So they could have done some type of a repair or weld on it, as you can kind of see in the picture that we're kind of spinning around and everything. And I think the figures are kind of cartoony, but they're pretty neat. I think the actress, she said that her ears were big on this figure, which I think they are pretty big, and that's kind of funny. But they also have a holster, which is neat, and they have a spring-loaded action, so they would actually kind of swing around.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this...
What spins?
Rey, her
Waist?
move is called Force Attack, at the waist, and Kylo Ren's is called Sith Slash. They're the exact same move. I was a big collector of G.I. Joes in like the 80s and 90s, and they had some... Sorry, this will make a lot of noise.
Ooh. Oh. Is that supposed to happen?
I popped their head off, so I'm going to hopefully pop that back on. Yeah, I can see the ball there.
Oh.
And they had some G.I. Joes that also had ninja action, kind of that would move like that and everything. But they had different ones, so you wouldn't get the same move with each one you got. But if you twist her at the waist,
Oh.
she's a Jedi Slash action, and her head fell off again. Don't want the cats to get it. Her hair looks really good.
Yeah,
I do
her
like
hair
that a
looks
lot.
good. Uh-huh.
So we'll pop the head back on.
I like the style of these figures.
Yeah, the style's pretty nice. Alright, I think I got it all on. Yeah, that's pretty well on. So, she's looking at me, like, with her head tilted because I just knocked it off. Looking at me like, she's saying, like, why did you just rip my head off? But yeah, this looks really neat. I wonder what it says right there. On her leg is, like, wording and stuff, which is weird, but yeah, I think Kylo Ren ends up with the same move and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have her hand out like she's doing using the Force.
Will the blaster fit in?
Yeah, there's a holster where the blaster will fit in. I think that's really cool too. Let me look and see if I can find where the thing went. There it is. And then do you want to put the blaster in, and I'll open Kylo Ren. And we got Kylo Ren again just really for the mask, because the mask looks kind of neat too. We already knew what his lightsaber would look like and everything there, but it was mainly that mask. And Kylo Ren, the Supreme Leader, his cloak comes off, which is nice, and he also spins. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So you can battle. His cloak's pretty nice. It looks like like a floating cloak.
Mm-hmm.
But we can pop that right on.
Mm-hmm.
Looks very nice.
It looks like what was it?
It looks
the
like
line was it the Power of the Force line?
Yeah.
In the 90s. That's what the cloak reminds me of. Like
yeah, I think it kind of looks like. Did Luke wear a darker cloak in
Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, when he went to pick the droids up or to talk with was it to secure the release of Han Solo.
Yeah.
So I'm but very like I like these.
They even had a figure.
You might have,
that
yeah.
that was that one. That's what.
And it's very like rubbery, but it
Mhm.
feels like nice. And these figures I think feel very like solid.
Mhm.
I know that her head fell off. That was more me taking it out of the container not very well, but.
And she moves at the elbow.
Yep, the
And,
articulation,
yeah, the
elbow,
knees.
hand, shoulder. The shoulder goes up and down and moves forward and back.
Mhm. She's. Oh, I
Yeah.
got her now.
Head moves side to side, up and down. The hand moves around. I don't think it moves like in and out like this. Just twist. The elbows twist and moves up and down. Waist moves, but it won't stay because it has that action. There's movement at the legs, both here and forward and back, and then the knee. Okay, and at the ankle. So the articulation on these is also like really nice.
How much ankle movement does he have?
Oh, a bit.
Yeah, she more than Rey.
And these figures were they 10? Or were they 5? They might have been.
No, they were.
They were 10.
I would. Yeah, they might have been 10. I think they were $9.99.
Yeah. Let's see. Yep, they were $9.99. So ultimately, these figures were less than the 3 3/4 inch figures, but I like them a lot. Oh, that's right. The screaming lightsabers. I have some video of those. They surprised me with how cool they were because they have like different sounds from the Star Wars movies, and that's what the sound of the lightsabers when you move them. So when you move it, if you have it set to Chewbacca, it's making Chewbacca sounds as you're moving and stuff. was kind of neat. But I have a lot of lightsabers, and we did just buy some high-class lightsabers at Galaxy's Edge, so I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna get that yet.
Is he
but
taller? Or are
maybe.
they the same size?
No, I think he's a little taller.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I'm very, very
yeah, these
surprised.
Are pretty
What was that noise?
cool. I clicked in the wrong way.
But yeah, I might have to pick more of these up, especially as ones to kind of open.
Mhm.
They look really nice.
Yeah, and the Chewbacca one that we saw.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I did like that. So, if you were able to get out for Triple Force Friday and picked anything up, let us know in the comments. If you didn't, but you're looking for anything specific, or you've seen the C3PO that I'm looking for, please let us know in the comments. Also, if you liked the video, please like and think about subscribing to the channel. I think we're at 135 subscribers. That's really nice. I think when we get a little closer to 200 subscribers, we might do some type of a giveaway or something like that. And if you have anybody that are big Star Wars fans like we are, please share the video with them. And lastly, I just wanted to say thanks for watching,
Thanks.
and may the Force be with you.